Hello everyone. Despite the drizzle that's coming down on Eden Park, what a lovely setting this is for the climax of what has been a memorable tour. This, the most important test match that these boys, the British Lions, will ever play in their lives. One change from the side beaten at Wellington, number 6, Peter Dixon, comes in at flank. In the New Zealand side, 5 changes from the side in the Wellington test. You know them all. Whiting regaining his place, Duncan guard, Brian Williams back on the wing, and the captain Colin Meads, who's won the toss and is playing with the conditions. And it's Barry John for the Lions, kicking off now. Lions on the right. That one not 10 yards. The first scrummage of this match, and this will be an important one to watch. Referee Mr. Pring of Auckland, right on the halfway line. Sid going. Cottrell, the charge down by Barry John, he's on the 25, and it's Sid going. That one hurt Barry John, got it right in the face, the charge down, and in fact one wondered why he didn't pick that one up from the floor, because his hands are always so sure. The 25-yard line, New Zealand territory. Going full-back Mains. He's got a very good left foot, Laurie Mains. Not the easiest conditions, of course, for a full-back, or indeed for these line-out men. Slippery ball early on in the test match. At the front, Colin Meads on the left. Opposite him is the pull-in hooker, Willie John McBride. Nasty one for Edwards. But Wiley it was who went through. The ball wasn't near Edwards at all. And that early on in the test match, not a very happy sight. Gareth Edwards, of course, one of the key men in the Lions' tactical plan. Tough little fellow, though. Good competitor, Gareth Edwards. Halfway between the halfway line and the Lions' 10-yard line. Sean Lynch at the front. Behind him, McBride. Behind him is the big Peter Dixon with the moustache. And the referee having a word, and this already is developing into a very silly situation in the first couple of minutes of the match. The injured Lion is Gordon Brown, and that looks a bit nasty. Well, what a disappointing start. And what silly behavior on an occasion which should be a distinguished one, because we've had such a fabulous test series between the Lions and the All Blacks. And the signal there, John Dawes and Colin Meads too, indicating that this injury could be quite a nasty one. Gordon Brown came to this country as a lad, really, in terms of rugby, and has developed into a man. Off the park he is then, the Lions with 7 forwards at the moment. The right foot of Barry John. Now this will be a test for the Lions side. 7 against 8 up front, and one can't afford to lose poundage against such an experienced pack as Colin Meads has. Sid going. What a good matches he's played. What great matches he's played against the Lions, Sid going. Always hovering at the heels of his pack. Intelligent, quick-witted. Now at 11 is David Duckham. Deflection from Taylor. Barry John. Hack on by Brian Williams. It's up to the 25-yard line. John covering, can't get it. Williams, the hack on by Richie Guy. 8 yards now from the Lions line. That's John Williams over his own line. Well, certainly Brian Williams there was up very, very quickly. And that will be a great boost for the All Black side going forward in the early stages of the game. Sid going. Number 8 forward, Wiley, the dummy. Beautiful piece of work that. This could be a try, but a great tackle that'll snap up a try for Cottrell. Wayne Cottrell. And it all started from a very clever ploy indeed. Watch how Wiley, standing out, takes it. Offers the dummy, then feeding Cottrell. Beautiful passing. Cottrell taking it well again. No doubt about that one. A real gem. And the skipper, number 5, Colin Meads. Very rarely smiles, does Colin, on the park, but there was a little suggestion of a smile there for Wayne Cottrell. Not the most difficult of kicks for Laurie Mains. And as the whole of this tour has proved how important the boot can be. 3-0 then to New Zealand before this kick. The Otago fullback. Well, he'll be pleased with that one. Laurie Mains with his kick now, putting New Zealand 5 points to 0 ahead. Brisk, bright start. And indeed, the crowd now, this 56,000 crowd. It's paid more than $130,000 to come to this match. Absolutely buzzing. Gerald Davis, the man up very quickly on Mains. Halfway between the All Blacks line and the 25-yard line. Wiley, number 8 at the back, will perform that clever move. 7 opposite him, John Taylor. Gerald Davis with the throw. That's Tane Norton, the All Blacks hooker. I believe in New Zealand it's Tani. The difficulty with pronunciations in Britain, of course, the lads call him Tane. We'll call him Tani. Perhaps the first thing that one feels during this match is the immense tension, tremendous tension between these sides. And that front row going down. 1 there is Ian McLaughlin, 5'9". 2 is John Pullin, the hooker, and then Sean Lynch, the band on the right. Norton being lectured by Mr. Craig. We're now 10 yards or so from the All Blacks line. And it's getting like the old Mauling goal in there. Colin Meads trying to sort it out, but Willie John McBride, Tom Lister, Sean Lynch, this is an absolute tragedy. And no place in rugby for this sort of behaviour at all. Nothing is important, nothing is quite as important as all that. Edwards to Barry John, Gibson, Williams into the line. Good tackle that one there by Carrington. Sid going on the blind side. Good ball. That's the 25, the Lions 25. The cover from Barry John. One sidestep. Cottrell waiting. The try scorer into Sid going. Great tackle by Mervyn Davis. David Duckham for the Lions. This match has started at a cracking pace. Edwards to John. That early shower, of course, has made the top surface of the park, a bit slippery for Barry John. He was, you noticed when he took that ball that just re-juggled it once. New Zealand backline on the halfway line. 9 Gareth Edwards, 9 for New Zealand in the all-black strip. Sid going. With the put-in. Edwards, John. Duckham up very fast on his opposite number, Carrington. Mervyn Davis there with him, so too John Dawes. But number 13 there, Ken Carrington, didn't take his eye off the ball as number 11, Duckham, came up at him so very quickly. 25, New Zealand's 25. The scrum is going down 15 yards, maybe 16 or so in from the touchline. Going. Davis, Barry John. Mike Gibson on the 10-yard line. That's a nice one into the box. Covering Wayne Cottrell, full of experience. That's what experience counts, knowing what to do and what glorious running. The inside pass is a 3-to-1 situation, but a great saving tackle by Mike Gibson. The All Blacks looking for the heel now. And my goodness, it's pretty warm in there. John Williams, number 15, at the bottom of that, certainly got a working over. Number 8 there, Wiley, creator of the All Blacks try. Number 4, Peter Whiting, happily recovered from the injury which kept him out of the 3rd test. 6 there, the incomparable Ian Kirkpatrick. "35 yards out from the Lions line. This one should go with the put-in. Sid going. The referee, Mr. Pring, watching carefully in that scrummage. That's Barry John. Highest point score of the whole tour. And a beautiful player to watch, of course. Brian Williams. Sid going. Cottrell. John Williams. Heel run. This is Barry John. Forward in possession. John Williams covering again. Muller gets him. That's Muller. Number 2 is Norton. And brother, it is warm in there. Bang in the centre of the field. And it's on the 10-yard line, the Lions' 10-yard line. Sid going. On the apron of that scrum, hovering. Kirkpatrick's pickup. That's Sid going. The little fellow always hovering behind his pack, looking for work. And what battles these two number 9s have had all through this tour. 4th time they played against each other on the trip. This time, referee pointing the finger at Gareth Edwards, and this, judging by the first kick that Laurie Mains took, a fairly simple penalty for him. That's the distance. And he'll take great care with this one. Points on the board, as the Lions proved in the 3rd test. Very early on are what counts. This, the first vital part of the game, the first 20 minutes when most games, the destiny of most games is decided. worth all the care in the world. And Mains knows it. You don't need me to tell you that Mains was accurate. 8 points to 0 now then. And a very commanding start for the All Blacks. The switch from John Taylor. 14, Brian Williams. Barry John on the halfway line. That one isn't in touch. Mains was accurate though. Well, there's certainly a great prize to be played for in this match. Gerald Davis has only touched the ball in the game to throw in so far. 10-yard line. This is the sort of place it's nice to get the ball from, of course. Right through the centre of this scrummage. That advantage line is exactly the 10-yard line in New Zealand territory. Going. So much can go on in lineouts and scrums, of course. The referee could penalise every time the ball's put into either. Edwards on the blind side. Mains on the 25-yard line. Caught in there. Dawes is there. John Dawes killed that one. But the see, it's 5-1. The All Blacks getting there early. Barry John beautifully evading Carrington there. He's got Mike Gibson in his elbow. This is one of the great triers in the British Lions team. Mike Gibson, Gerald Davis, inside there to hooker John Pullen. With him is Brown, Gordon Brown, up to the 25. A very good counter-attack that for the Lions after some fine work by the All Blacks. Good stuff that. John Dawes, I think, looking for a new pair of shorts. Mr. Pring there, creating a record here on New Zealand soil, 4 internationals. That's not Mr. Pring, of course, that's the man supplying the shorts for John Dawes. Dawes, who for his team has been something of an inspiration on this tour. A man of great knowledge about the game and a great humanitarian too. Off we go then with this scrummage right on the 25-yard line, New Zealand's 25. When Mr. Pring is happy. New Zealand's put in. Going, Mervyn Davis. Very, very fine tackle that was by flank forward Tom Lister. Right in the centre of the field. Sid Going's ball once again. Oh, he's got that one. Cottrell on the blind side, straight. What a beautiful sidestep by Brian Williams. Good tackle there by the Lions' Peter Dixon. The broken line there, the 10-yard line. 8 at the back, Wiley, 7 on the right, John Taylor. In front of them, Mervyn Davis. Edwards, John. Into the box. 25. Fullback Mains.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick! What a kick!
Not the longest of kicks, but on his own he was, in isolation, and the policy in isolation, of course, is safety. Willie John McBride, second man to the lines. Lynch behind him. Behind him, Gordon Brown. Colin Meads in the front for New Zealand. Beautifully taken by Brown. Barry John, the drop at goal, charged down by Wayne Cottrell. A 3-2 situation, but what a good smother tackle that was. There, Barry John, his partner Gareth Edwards. Sid going now. Nasty one, Ducker making the mark. Just before his opposite number, Ken Carrington was up on him. This mark is just behind the 10-yard line. Duckham, it's the highest of the afternoon. Nice catch there by Whiting. Beautifully fed. Going. That one was forward. Advantage allowed. Gibson, Gareth Edwards. Mr. Pring calling for the first defence there, that forward pass from Sid going. Shove must come, of course, after the ball is put in. Third time of offering into this scrimmage, and Mr. Pring quite rightly telling the front rows that they can, of course, be penalised if the ball isn't allowed in. Certainly got together there. The leg sticking out was that of Norton. It's the fastest of the afternoon, and see how quickly they were around it. Beautiful ball there. Barry John getting away out of trouble. He's got Davis Gerald outside him. Back to Gareth Edwards. But the tackling and the covering of the All Black side, absolutely spot on in this first 20 minutes, the first quarter of this game. Halfway line, Brian Williams for New Zealand. Held. Edwards. Nasty ball. Gibson falling. John Dawes. Out here, David Duckham. He's got a long way to go. Nicely inside one man. Beautifully beat Kirkpatrick. Mervyn Davis taken in there by Colin Meads. Now, after the early flurry, he's not allowing the rucks to continue too long. Almost on the halfway line. Sydney going. Wiley's at his elbow. Inside to Kirkpatrick, he's got 25 yards to go. He's strong. Edwards on his back. The hack forward there by Richie Guy. John Williams with the save. That's Guy, Richie Guy, who got a wonderful try against the Lions days ago. He's a very fine forward. Always there or thereabouts in the loose. In charge of the test match, the fourth test match. He's done all the matches. Offside there. Mr. Pring pointed straight away to the offside. No doubt about that decision, clearly seen by everyone. And Barry John on his own 25. Good kick that into the wind. a northwesterly blowing down here at Eden Park. Norton at the front of this line-out. Behind him is Guy. Number 1, Muller. Number 5, Colin Meads. 3 is Richie Guy on the left. The 9, Gareth Edwards. Into the box for David Duckham. Coming back, Carrington. 2 very quick fellas together there. Carrington on the left, David Duckham on the right. His first season as an All Black. The big man there is Gordon Brown. Little fellow with the sweatband, Ian McLaughlin from Scotland. Peter Dixon and the moustache right behind. Wayne Cottrell taken there by Willie John McBride. Lions looking for the loose heel there. Colin Meads it is who tightens that one up, and Muller stupidly taking Edwards even without the ball, flinging him aside. One wonders why this sort of thing happens, not contributing at all to his team's effort there when Meads cleverly held and he needed weight behind him. And first penalty kick for the Lions in a kickable position for Barry John. Lions' top scorer, of course, 175 points. See, he's placed the ball differently this time. With the throw. Dug the ground with that one, went right underneath it. It wasn't the instep kick that he scored all his points were on toe. It was the straightforward, traditional toe kick. Cleverly from Meads. Williams, was John Taylor there with him. Great sense of purpose in this All Black side. One suspected with everything to play for, they really would start with a bang. It certainly happened that way. Still in New Zealand territory. Going. Good one to heel against the put-in. Going around quickly though, that's Edwards to John. Gibson, John Dawes. David Duckham getting that one far too low to take. That's him now throwing on the New Zealand 10-yard line.
Come on the line.
Nasty ball for Edwards. Killed it well though. Kirkpatrick was first up. Colin Meads there for 2. Nice ball. Sid going. It's beautifully broken by Sid going. What a clever dummy that was. The 25-yard line. Good ball to get. That's Richie Guy, number 3. Desperate here now for the Lions, but well back, John Williams. That was a vital one for the Lions to win because the All Blacks really were on the ball there, going forward. So numbers 3 were out at the line. Number 1 is Muller. At the back, number 8 forward, Wiley. In front of him is Ian Kirkpatrick. Scrummage, 15 yards in. Not straight in that line-out. No need for me to tell you, the shadows cast there. The sun is breaking through. And that one was directly into touch. Gareth Edwards couldn't angle his kick there. Telling his pack he needs protection, he needs their help. Brian Williams, over the top, going, knocked it on though. Always worth a chance of carrying on, as Sid Going knows. Waiting and playing the whistle. Only way to play this game, listening for the whistle. This time is opposite number, Gareth Edwards for the Lions. Barry John. I suppose the indication of the strength of the wind blowing Barry John's hair back there, and of course the fact that he's not getting the sort of length that one's been accustomed to watching him on this tour. This is Brian Williams. Picketed there by, slipped into Wiley there from Kirkpatrick. Colin Meads. Now he has a situation of 3-1. Beautiful chance here. This is right through the middle. A good break there by Carrington. Good tackling too. Taylor up with the final boot to push it away. And a very fine run there by Duncan, who came on as a substitute in the third test, taking play up to the 25-yard line. It's Phil Gard there from North Otago. Quite a lot of injuries to the hand in this series. We've seen John Bevan strapped up in every game, Barry John's thumbs in this match, John Williams in the third test, and now there's Phil Gard. Happily thinks it's okay. Important first match for him, of course. We're 23 yards from the Lions line. Number 2 there, Norton. Behind him, Richie Guy. Colin Meads having a chat. Behind him, Muller. And then Whiting in front of Lister. Willie John McBride's toe. Happy to get that one away, I'd say. The old adage is forever true that it's up there, where those 16 men are, up in the front, that the game is won and lost. Going Cottrell with yards to move in, that's Gard. Good ball that one to Duncan. Williams. Gibson's tackle was a very good one then. Destroying the pass to Brian Williams, who thought he was going to be through. We haven't seen the best of Brian Williams yet. They say he was magnificent in South Africa, and of course a great future for him in an all-black shirt. On the 10-yard line, the Lions' 10-yard line. Sit going. Dixon took in there on the blind side. Edwards once again. Pullins got that one. Gerald Davis. Brian Williams alert to the little chip over the top of his head. Two very fine players in opposition on that far side of the field. Both have sidesteps, both pretty quick over the top of the ground. And that's one of them, Gerald Davis. Nicely fed. Cottrell getting a lot of ball. Taylor gets in there though. Second bite of the cherry for the All Blacks. Brian Williams into the line. There's a chance here for Duncan to make his name. He just couldn't get away from Dawes. Little Ken Carrington underneath that lot. Little wing three-quarters don't like to get involved into that. Going then. Cottrell took that one well. Cottrell always has been, of course, the most confident of players, playing at second 5/8 outside Burgess, and now in the key position for New Zealand. Lions 25. Ken Carrington. Meads' deflection. Straight into that line out, and so the inevitable scrum after probably 90% of lines out. The referee talking to Muller on this side for dragging someone down. Meads asking the reason why. Gareth Edwards having a go. Look at this, on the halfway line. He's got two men outside him. Gibson gets away, but can't get the best of passes to Davis. But what a brilliant pickup that was. Tackling him there was Guard, and I think referee having a look. Of course, was quick thinking by little Gareth Edwards, who shot away as Colin Meads is having a chat with the referee. This ruck now, almost on the 10-yard line. And the referee penalising the All Blacks in that ruck. And Barry John with quite a difficult angle, right from the touchline. A pretty long way when you consider the very stiff breeze. And the Lions desperately need these 3 points. Oh, the fade away there. The boot of Laurie Mains. Put a foot wrong in this test match so far. It's been an enthralling first 20 minutes. Meads at the front, behind him Richie Guy, and then Whiting. That's Whiting's arm. Going. Barry John. He's on the halfway line. About 5 minutes left now in this first half. Knock on there. The referee just on the fringe of that, watching very cleverly. He got round onto the touchline side. Happy. Edwards not so happy because that is a good piece of work there by Sid Going. Kicked Patrick up very quickly. Barry John. John Williams caught in there by Guard. Picked up Cottrell with the pickup eventually. Lots of mistakes. Playing the game backwards at the moment, the British Lions. Sid Going, moving away for his number 8 forward, Wiley, to pick this one up. That's Wiley. Sid Going. Good tackle by Peter Dixon. Knocked on by Wiley. 2 number 1s. Muller on the left. McLaughlin on the right. This is Edwards. To Barry John. They've got to be 10 yards back. Cottrell is at least 15 yards offside then. He was standing opposite Barry John. This is Gareth Edwards. To John. John Dawes. Mike Gibson. John Williams into the line. Gerald Davis with very little room to move. Williams, who's been such a stout-hearted player on the whole of this tour. Tons of courage and guts. The line you see right through the picture there, the halfway line. Moving towards the half-time whistle. Still, that 8-point lead, a very good early couple of scores by the All Blacks. Gerald Davies. Okay, Patrick. Sort of position now. The Lions need a heel from this ruck. That's it. Offside. The referee putting his hand on the culprit. Number 3 there. Richie Guy. And this, under normal circumstances for John, a very kickable position. Not all that long a kick. There is a breeze. John's done it. He's put 3 points on the board for the Lions. Timely effort that, just before half-time. 5 points now, the difference. Should have now a cracking second half. This is Laurie Mains. Very important part of rugby, the kicking off, so that you get the right elevation so that the pack is right up underneath it, your own pack. See what I mean? Number 4 there up first was Whiting, Peter Whiting. That's beautiful tackle there by John Taylor on Kirkpatrick. Nice pickup by Sid going, giving his 3/4 there, Carrington room. Knock-on was seen by Mr. Pring right at the start of that move, but a good move it was. A good one to get against the put-in, but it's come back the other way as well. That was the most curious of scrummages. Once again, it's Gareth Edwards. Having a pretty torrid time there, particularly from the lines out when the ball has been tapped back and not all that accurately to him. Edwards' ball then, almost on the halfway line. Edwards for David Duckham. That's a good kick because in trouble is Laurie Mains there. Maven Davis up quickly. Yes, David Duckham. Can he get there? Brian Williams coming across. My goodness, Brian Williams came across to tackle David Duckham there when it seemed certain that he'd get a try. Right from the other way. Good thinking by Williams. Disappointment for Duckham. 1 yard now, that's all, from the All Blacks line. Edwards, 2 yards short. Can he get there? He's 1 yard short now. Back on the Lion side. Over they are, and it's the score. Let's see who the last man up is. We'll pick the last man up from there, right underneath that pile of bodies. Very difficult to see from what happened. Edwards trying first, of course. Cottrell with the cover. And then a slip through and a pickup. McBride helping someone over there. Lynch's arm raised in ecstasy. And it looks very much as if it was one of those two, John Taylor or Peter Dixon,
Not bad, how are you, mate?
Dixon it may well have been. That's the kick from Barry John. And a timely moment for the Lions to come right back into this match. As she was at the beginning, 8 points all. And that's the situation at the half-time whistle. A tremendous start for the All Blacks. And a comeback by the Lions at an appropriate time. The promise then of a tremendous second half. 8 points all at the half-time whistle, and now the Lions with the wind and the sun in their favour as Laurie Main starts off. Going. Guard, beautifully evading one man. But it'll be right back from where the kick was from. Phil Guard, number 11 there. Very difficult thing to play your first test match in such an electric atmosphere, of course. Right on the halfway line. This time it's Gerald Davis right underneath us here. Going to Cottrell. Guard. Outside him is Duncan. Strong looking, middle of the park player. This time it's the 10-yard line in the Lions' half of the field, and David Duckham of England with the throw. Another nasty ball for Edwards. John, right down towards this corner, bouncing brilliantly in between two men. What judgment that is. And now, with the wind behind him, the man who's capable of using all the elements, one of the great kickers of a ball of all time, Barry John. Mr. Pring asking Meads to have a word at the back there with a couple of his players. Now we're yards inside the 25. One of the interesting studies of this tour is to have a look at the lines out to see what actually goes on. The untidiest part of the game of rugby, the line out. They're on the 25. Taylor coming around this side. His partner Dixon's involved in that ruck. And the referee having words with Muller once again and penalising Muller. It's not worth giving away points. A much longer kick for Barry John this time. Not the right side of the field for the in-swinger, but he's got the wind. It's high. They don't come any straighter than that one. Barry John, who now in this match has scored 8 points for the Lions. Points to 8 then. And what a tremendous match this is turning out to be. Never a dull moment, full of incident. Quite a lot of ragged and loose play, but a few moments to savour too. Laurie Mains of Otago. Willie John McBride with the catch. Edwards to John. Gibson's on his elbow, and John ignores him. That's into the box. You see the bounce. Absolute skill. Making the All Blacks pack. Interesting picture this. The forwards straggling across the field now. Both packs obviously tired. And there's still a long, long way to go. Ken Carrington on the far side. For there, the deflection from Whiting. Going. Beautifully out there. Lovely ball that from a nasty. What a nice body swerve that was. Beautiful one there from guard. This is centre three-quarter Duncan. Brian Williams. Tackle there was by Barry John. Flash forward there by Guy. Guy had his front row partner with him. This is a beautiful move. 4-2. This could be a dangerous situation. Fabulous tackle on the far side on 25 by David Duckham. But still this wave is coming. This black wave. Muller jumping in on the top of that. Very good rugby led up to placing the All Blacks now right into the Lions 25. Number 9, Sid going. Not quite coming off the inside switch there between Cottrell and his other 5/8 guard. Outside the 25 now. Lions put in this time. Edwards for the Lions. Against the put in. Sid going running. Cottrell's with him. That's guard. Beautiful. See his body. He's a beautiful runner down the centre. Not quite to hand. Mervyn Davis, the Lion there, falling and stopping that movement by the All Black side. Meads getting up, Lister too. All Black put in, good attacking position this. Sort of position that Going loves to run. Wiley's gone out to do what he did last time, the dummy. This time he's holding. Beautifully out from Williams. Fine tackle by Duckham once again. Two great tackles by Duckham. That's Williams with Mervyn Davis round him. Kirkpatrick on the blind side. Carrington. John is there to tackle. So too Davis once again for the Lions. We've got in the centre of the field it's Mick Duncan, the All Black centre, who was involved in that dummy scissors with Wiley from the scrummage. Duncan from Hawke's Bay, who played quite well against the Lions for his province. Sort of straight down the middle fellow, like his Hawke's Bay man Ian McRae used to be. And we're still in the Lions 25. Edwards. The row now, black coming from this crowd. And in the set pieces, so many problems. The referee trying to sort it all out in there. Edwards to John, the right foot. Beautifully gathered by Carrington. He's on his own 10-yard line. Straight down to John Williams in his own 25. And it comes this way. It's a dangerous one though, because waiting out here is fullback Laurie Mains. He's got Brian Williams with him on his elbow. He's got support inside too. That's Brian Williams, but a good tackle there by Mike Gibson. Colin Meads setting up the ruck. Back to going to Cottrell. Cottrell to guard. Guard's got Duncan with him. That ball to Carrington, well taken. Duckham. What good rugby that was. Full of purpose and intent. The backline, guard and Duncan running the ball. Good to see that. Sid going to Cottrell. Duncan. looking for the gap. Williams, Gerald Davis. What a good player Williams looks when he does move. He's so strong. Finally, it's John Dawes, the Lions captain. Big man to pull down Brian Williams. Big thighs, good acceleration, and a wide sidestep. Brian Williams then now for New Zealand. Edwards' kick, just going back into the same spot. Harassed as he was, both Colin Meads and Richie Guy. Williams once again. Mervyn Davis. Try. Taken right out of Davis's hands. Down came. Flanked forward. Tom Lister. Brought back into the side. And he has now put New Zealand ahead from the Williams throw. Davis seemed to catch. Lister was there. And Mr. Pring right on the spot. Tom Lister from South Canterbury. Big moment for him. And a vital kick now for fullback Laurie Mains. From the 25-yard line. Well, those are the sort of kicks that when you're in a test match you have to put over. But it's all square once again. 11 points all. We've certainly had plenty of drama in this match. The boot of Barry John. This one goes dead, and of course New Zealand now have to drop out from the 25-yard line. Sun breaking through the clouds here above us at Eden Park. This arena packed. The interest is fantastic for this last test match. It's been a great series. 10 is Cottrell. That's going once again. The ball goes forward. The referee playing the advantage. John Taylor with the pickup, trying to form the ruck. And on there's a little battle going on there on the far side between Dixon and Going. Peter Dixon and Sid Going. And number 9 is Sid Going with the put-in. Cottrell, lots of room there to be able to clear from his own line. Good relieving kick from Wayne Cottrell. It's 11 points each as David Duckham throws in on the far side. I'm sure Gareth Edwards was glad that he didn't get that one. On the halfway line. Norton breaks that one. On the blind side, guard, Phil Guard. At the tail of this line-out, the big man. Ball usually thrown to about number 5 in this situation. John Taylor's deflection, Edwards on the halfway line. Covering is Ken Carrington, cleverly back into his own 25. Lions, of course, have to draw this match. They only have to draw it to win the series. It's 11 points all at the moment. Wiley deflected that one. Davis is there. Mervyn Davis to McLaughlin. McLaughlin, Gareth Edwards waiting for this one. Duckham flinging it out. John Williams, the full-back. Oh, he turned well, and he did it. John Williams, number 15 there. John Courageous Williams hit that one straight and true. You see how David Duckham to the captain John Dawes. John Williams, not they say the greatest of kickers, planted that one. 3 vital points at a critical stage in the match for Great Britain. Mains once again. Catch by McBride. Lister was with him very quickly. Number 1 is Muller. McBride is third in the line-out, opposite Colin Meads. Dixon.
Line's got the ball too, see it? See it coming out there? Right on it. Line's got the ball there.
Once again going.
Drop kick. Drop kick.
Once again, one of the many times in this match that the ball is unable to get past the prop forwards. To Cottrell, guard. Williams is on the inside. The Gibson tackle, Dawes too up the top. Stifling that pass. Number 13, John Dawes, last man up for the British Lions, the last man up for New Zealand, Phil Guard. Going, good heel to get that one. John Williams making the mark, calling for the mark. Never took his eye off that ball for 1 split second. Right on the 10-yard line, 8 at the back, Wiley. In front of him, 7 is Tom Lister. In front of him, Ian Kirkpatrick. And then Whiting. Meads is in front of him. And number 3, right down near the front of the line-out, is Richie Guy. The arm there of Wiley. That's Kirkpatrick. Pick up by Going brilliantly. Cottrell nicely fading inside there. Meads intercepted by Gibson there. Almost coming off. The knock on. The advantage being played. There's John Dawes, the Lions captain. Good fall by Mains. Gerald Davis to Gareth Edwards. Davis, one sidestep into McLaughlin. The hack on there by Pullin. John Pullin, the Lions hooker, number 2. That was pretty exciting stuff. And it's number 4 there, the Lions lock forward, Gordon Brown, the young Scotsman, who by sheer endeavour, wonderful play, played himself into the 3rd test match, and here he is now in his 2nd test match abroad. Seeing the referee there, Mr. Pring, in charge of his 4th test in this series. There was another man, Judge Neeser in South Africa in 1928, who refereed the All Black series in South Africa against the Springboks. And incidentally, that series was drawn with New Zealand winning the last test. That's Mr. Pring in front of his own crowd here at Auckland. And the game going on without Gordon Brown. 7 against 8 then in this scrimmage. With the put in to Cottrell. Into the line is Brian Williams. Gibson, two of them missing a tackle. A strong player he is. Carrington put free on the right. Williams the covering man for the Lions. Brian Williams very much part of this match. Like all great wings, looking for work, hungry for work. Four there is Whiting. Behind him, Ian Kirkpatrick. And going so alert and so quick with a pickup. Number 8 is Wiley. This is Colin Meads, the captain himself, giving a ball there to Duncan, who couldn't hold it. Duncan will be sorry about that one. Barry John's boot. Here's Laurie Mains. He can put all his team on side now. Pick up now by Muller. John Williams was with him. Well, that was a moment that I'd love to see again. The big man, the biggest in the side, and the Lions fullback, the only thing between number 1 Muller and glory and the line. Halfway between the 25 and the halfway line as Delmy Thomas joins the line as a replacement for Gordon Brown. Delmy Thomas of Wales in place of Gordon Brown. He's packed, of course, with Willie John McBride in many a test abroad. Gareth Edwards, not straight that one, and this scrummage 15 yards in. Is Sid going. That's going. Edwards with him. Kirkpatrick's there to help going. Wayne Cottrell trying hard to get that one. And we've got an injured player here. It looks like Peter Dixon. Dixon, whose job in this match is to look after Sid going at scrum half. We are halfway through this second half, 14 points to 11. The British Lions in the lead. It was, of course, the duty of the back row in the third test match to stop Sid going getting across the advantage line. Peter Dixon there has this particular job in this test too. Backing on the near side, the blind side of the Lions scrum. Edwards. Getting that ball away under severe pressure there from Tom Lister. Gareth Edwards. That's John Pullen. Sean Lynch. Beautiful catch by Mervyn Davis. Colin Meads wrestling it away. That's Muller. Hack on by Mike Gibson. The pick up by Brian Williams once again. Dixon's great tackle on him. Wiley gathering. McBride with him. On the 10-yard line. Gareth Edwards. Right down towards the all-black goal line. It'll be a dropout 25 to New Zealand. Cottrell's kick. The knockback there by Whiting. The 25-yard line. Willie John McBride with the sweatband standing at 2. Most travelled British Lions player in history. Sid going. Edwards catching. to Barry John. The left boot for the far corner. You see this top spin he puts on it. And that's taking play now to within 15 yards, just under 15 yards from the All Black line. Dawes steadying the team, prompting here, helping there, always talking with his side. Ken Carrington. Going, getting so much possession from the line out. Beautiful overhead kick. Both these scrum halves have this ability to flip the ball with the outside of the foot and spin it into touch from incredibly narrow angles. It's Duckham this time. David Duckham. Davis trying the deflection. Lister going. John Williams judging his kick. Not quite. The wind now with the Lions, what wind there is, and the sun too on their backs. The moustached Ken Carrington for New Zealand. The armour number 4 there was that of Whiting. Penalty to New Zealand on their own 10-yard line. Sid going to Cottrell. That's a ball intended for Williams. This is Kirkpatrick covering. Pick up there to Gerald Davis. On the 25-yard line, Laurie Mains. Number 7, John Taylor for the Lions. He's the injured player. Taylor, who has played so well on this tour. Not the tallest of flankers and back row forwards, but such a good ball player. Knows the game so well and has been tackling so fearlessly, particularly in this match. Taylor back into the line out then, last man in the Lions line. Behind his club mate and his country mate, Mervyn Davies. 14, Brian Williams for New Zealand. Penalty to the All Blacks for barging in that line out. Sid Going's kick. John Williams calling. He's got Barry John with him. It's right down to Laurie Mains in his own 25. Lots of time, lots of room. Just on the edge of the 25. Barry John waiting, Mike Gibson too, but the bounce was a kind one there. Carrington not juggling it on. Referee waiting for advantage. Inside the Lions half now, about 5 or 6 yards. Edwards to John. Brian Williams waiting, and fatally waiting because the top spin was on that one again. Now then, we're on the 25-yard line. Right in the front, Norton, Sean Lynch, the Irishman opposite him. Another Irishman, Willie John McBride there. It's to Going once again. Gerald Davis, number 14, Gerald Davis, to John Williams on the halfway line. Kirkpatrick's there back for that one, and number 8 forward, Wiley too. It was fullback Mains to Cottrell in his own 25. Well, it's 14-11 still to the Lions. And we're on the 10-yard line. Duckham's throw. Davis's deflection, not a good one. McBride it was who tried to put that one to touch, held it for a second. Gareth Edwards knocking that one on. The referee spotting the infringement. This will be a put into the All Blacks just inside the Lions' half. Little Sid going to Cottrell. He's got guard with him. Duncan there too. John Williams waiting, judging that one much better. But it's 1 yard in from touch with Laurie Mains up. Laurie Mains, the Otago man, who has had a pretty good series, I must say, since he came in for the second test match. Halfway between the line on the left, the halfway, the broken one on the right, the 10-yard line in New Zealand territory. Edwards taken there by Lister. Sean Lynch. Offside position he was in. Sean Lynch offside, and this is New Zealand running the ball. That's guard trying to get round Gibson. Barry John. Williams chasing this one. He's got room to move. He's looking at Gerald Davis. And that one's going right behind him. Everyone is onside. Taylor up there with Carrington. Right on the halfway line. Too many people on the wrong side of the ruck, both sides. Five, McBride, Colin Meads there, getting up. And that looks to me like Captain John Dawes. The captain of the British Lions side, John Dawes, who has had such a distinguished tour as a leader on and off the field. And that's a happy sight for British eyes. John Dawes on his feet. Last two men up from that were the two captains, John Dawes and Colin Meads. 7, John Taylor, with a sweatband next to him, Mervyn Davis. Number 6 is Peter Dixon. A young fella who only had one game for England in the celebration matches. He hadn't been capped for England before, just like Derek Quinnell, who played in the last test and cried off this one. Mouthwash for Barry John. Looking at the clock he is, as every British eye must be looking at this clock now, because no British side has ever, of course, won a test series on New Zealand soil. It's 14 points to 11 to the British Lions at the moment. We're on the halfway line, and Mr. Pring has penalised New Zealand right in front of the posts. It's a long kick, and Barry John once again is with the wind. It's downwind for him towards those very high posts in front of a packed bank. He, more than anyone, knows how vital this is. Past the left upright, that one, the wind taking it away. Disappointed with that one. His team still 3 points in the lead. And we've got about 10 minutes of the match left. It's Cottrell this time. A good hanging one. The arm of Lister to Muller, to Colin Meads. Colin on the turn to John Williams with the mark. This one will probably go up and under. That was Wiley, number 8 forward Wiley. He turned though, it wasn't a knock-on. Cottrell in a very good position to get that one, but his kick is not so accurate. This is Mike Gibson looking for the drop. Worth a try there. He had room to move, but no room for running. Sid going then, looking for the quick dropout. John Pullen watching that. 10 minutes of the match left. 14 points to 11 to score to the British Lions. Can they now do what no other Lions team has ever done? The two Lions up on the mark, John Taylor and John Pullen. Referee seeing the knock on, waiting for advantage. Sid going on the blind side. Strong he is. To Carrington. Trying hard, Carrington. And that was a process of moving the ball up, edging out of trouble. And taking play halfway between the 25 and the 10-yard line. That's the one who struggled forward, little Ken Carrington. That one wasn't straight. There is guard Meads entering that scrummage. He knows the importance of the next 10 minutes. It's Gareth Edwards for the Lions. I doubt whether any test match has ever had so many mistakes going on in the scrummages. That was going round so quickly on Edwards. On the 25-yard line. This is New Zealand's ball, and a beautiful attacking position it is. Three-quarter line lying deep. Going. Moving away from there. Wiley's ball to going, trying to give him room. Barry John's interception. Still New Zealand put in from that Barry John knock-on. Much more room now on the blind side for the run from this set scrummage. That's the fellow who can run, going. That's him going. Penalty to New Zealand in a very, very kickable position for Laurie Mains. Not the most difficult of angles. With the distance, the 25 yards that he's placing the ball on, one has to add something like 5 or 6 yards for the angle. Laurie Mains then. This 3 points could bring it to 14 all. Can Mains do it for New Zealand? We've been in this situation once before. We've had 8 all, we've had 11 all, now it's 14 all. And on the clock there are 5 minutes left for play. Barry John towards the corner flag. This will be a dropout to New Zealand. And this last 5 minutes now will really be something. The Lions have to hold on. A draw will do them for the series, but they'd sooner have the points on the board, I'm certain. Nice catch there by Whiting. Just on the 25, Carrington. Number 7, John Taylor on your left. On your right is Wiley. In front of Wiley, Tom Lister, and then Kirkpatrick in front of him. That's the arm of Kirkpatrick. The boot of Sid going. indeed is well back to go him. Beautifully to Cottrell. Into the box, Gerald Davis waiting. Up comes Williams. This is Duncan. Good tackle by John Taylor. Gibson's boot. Kirkpatrick holding. Running into a player of his own side. And that, of course, is an accidental offside. Running into Phil Guard there. Number 6, Kirkpatrick, left Phil Guard. Yards outside the All Blacks' 25-yard line. Mervyn Davis. On the wrong side of that ruck was Colin Meads. That's Barry John chipping it into the box. Has Duckham the legs to get there? He meets it and he almost picks it up. He really was motoring then, was David Duckham. Back to cover Ken Carrington for New Zealand. Referee calling for some attention. Torrid last couple of minutes, of course, this with Peter Whiting there, the Auckland player, in front of his own crowd. That pack, the All Blacks pack, has played with much more spirit than it did in the third Test match, particularly in the first 20 minutes of the game, when they rocked the Lions right back on their heels. 8 points down the side was in the first quarter of an hour, the Lions. It says much for number 30 in there, John Dawes, that he was able to bring his team back into the game. The great character of this side is that it's able to come back in adversity. Three minutes of the match to go. 14 points all it is. Going, taken by Edwards, getting it to Cottrell. He's in trouble in the shape of John Taylor. A ruck here, a good ruck for the Lions. This is what they need. It's 6 or 7 yards, that's all, from New Zealand's line. Edwards to feed the scrum. We look for a Barry John drop goal. Edwards to John, looking for it. He was looking, but he didn't get it there. It was well wide, that one. The rain now is starting to beat down on this ground. It's just a drizzle, but it's straight into the eyes of the New Zealand side. Gareth Edwards have been a drop and goal. That's the third in succession. Straight to Brian Williams. What will he do from his own 25-yard line? Gerald Davis with him, and he's in the touch. Brian Williams, and that's his opposite number there, Gerald Davis, for the Lions. Just a couple of minutes now. Colin Meads at the front. Over the top, Ian McLaughlin to Willie John McBride, the big fella. That's him, setting up the ruck for the Lions. Picking it up is number Wiley around this side. Good ball to Cottrell. Charged down by Mike Gibson. That's Gibson. He's near the 25-yard line. The pick up by Guard. That's back to Muller. Pressure now. The Lions know they've got to keep the pressure on. The clock shows just a minute. 1 minute to go. Peter Dixon, the Lions flank forward, that is, lying there. 60 seconds, the British Lions away from a draw in this match, which means a victory in the series against Colin Meads, the man who has done such distinguished work for New Zealand for years. and for the first time has been captain of New Zealand in a test series. The king of King Country, knowing that something must be done now. They've got to run this ball at the Lions for the last 60 seconds of this match. Dixon on his feet, Peter Dixon. But really he doesn't probably know what time of day it is. One wonders how much magic there really is in a flagon of water. John Dawes is putting him right, telling him that his concentration now must be for 60 seconds. 14 points each. Here's Brian Williams. Needs, that is, to sit going to Cottrell. Cottrell's got guard with him. Guard to Duncan. John Dawes with a smother tackle. Gibson there too. Over the 25. The Lions going into this ruck. Taking it forward. Gareth Edwards. Meads is with him. John Taylor. It's dramatic stuff. Time is drawing near. And this scrum will go down almost on the All Black 25. It's time on the big clock that overlooks this ground at Eden Park. And it's 14 points all. As Sid Going feeds this one. Cottrell with him going blind. The knock on. And that's it. That's it. A drawn match here. 14 points all at Eden Park. But the British Lions have won the series. Doug Smith, the manager, did say at the beginning of this tour, it's going to be 1 game to New Zealand, 2 to the Lions and 1 drawn. He, in fact, has turned out to be not only a great manager, but a prophet too. John Dawes, who has done so much, not only for his team, but for British rugby abroad, has proved that it can be won if the game is played as it should be played. This today has been a marvellous day for British rugby, and indeed for rugby all over the world.